Let's do a 1 ball hard gel acrylic overlay on this thumb. So I'm going to take a medium grit file and I'm going to go through the face of the nail on the nail plate and I'm going to remove the shine. And that phrase can be a little bit tricky. We don't want to use a buffer. Buffers will smooth. We want to give a little bit of texture to the nail. So we're not using like a coarse grit. We're in the medium zone, 100, 180. Most of the time 180 is right about the number. And then I'm just going to kind of clean up her edges and shape a little bit. We'll be able to fine tune this at the end again. But that way you know just about how much you're covering, just in case you need to take length off. Now at this point you can go at the cuticles with your file. I prefer to use my e-file to really clean up those cuticles. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that just so you can see. I'm using a small barrel that's tapered in medium grit diamond, and I'm running it at between 12,000 RPMs and 15,000 RPMs. So with my drill, that's a little bit below half. And I'm pushing the cuticles back as I go. You can see all that dead cuticle or skin fly out. And this one's gentle enough you can even hit it on the skin a little bit to get off any extra calluses or extra hangnails. Kind of a fun one wonder. And I can put a link below for you with a code to get a discount on that. So now we need to take off all the dust and dehydrate. I like to use alcohol or acetone. I prefer acetone on a pad and wipe it clean, and you'll see it dehydrate to a chalky finish, and that's exactly what you want. My protein bond is my primer. This is by Young Nails. I'll put a link below to Young Nails, but we need 2 coats here. So I'm going to give a good generous coat. I don't want it flooding the cuticles, and you're going to see it seep in and go from shiny to matte, which is exactly what we want it to do. It's going into that texture we gave it, and it's creating a good surface for a fantastic tight bond so we don't have anything lift. I'm going to use the Synergy Gel by Young Nails. So for this, you need to do a really thin layer of their base gel and cure it. So I'm going to take a brush, my gel brush, and I'm going to press this into the nail. And you don't need excess with this. You could do all 5 nails at once. As long as you're not doing excess, it won't flood the cuticles, and then you can go ahead and put it in for curing. So just press it into that texture you've created, and then we're going to pop it into cure. And I like to go for, it has to be at least 20 seconds. I like to go a little bit longer in my LED just to make sure my base is solid. We're going to use Absolutely Pink. It is on promo right now for the months of, what are we, March and April from Young Nails. It looks like bubblegum, and it's got a consistency that is a little more stiff, but still gives you some flow. So it's a really fun one to do overlays with without worrying too much about flooding cuticles. So I'm going to take that, and you're going to pick up a ball since we're doing 1 ball overlay that's about half the size of the surface you're going to cover. So I want a ball that's about half the size of that thumbnail because we're doing a 1 ball overlay. Play with this product, scoop it out, get that little tail off. And the thing here, I want to show you this consistency. See how it's not super runny? Gel alters by, hard gel alters by the viscosity or the runniness of it. And I like to make sure it's kind of gathering a little bit onto just one side of my brush. Then I roll it onto the nail, but I don't disconnect. See that? I kept it connected. Now my nail is tipped down to let gravity help. I'm going to roll to the side. I'm working it towards. Roll, roll, roll to the left. Now I'm switching it to the right, and I'm walking it just down the cuticle sidewall, switching directions to coax it where I want it. And then you're going to see me push it. I can swing at the bottom, but I'm going to actually pull a little bit more up to that stress zone I want. And the beauty with this, you could cure and add a little bit more if you need to. Keep your connection. Don't pat. You need constant connection with hard gel. Keep that string on there. If you're patting, you're going to create air bubbles and weak points. So I'm just kind of pulling the string where I need it, making sure I'm rearranging the product. Notice how it's not flooding my cuticles, so I have time to do this. I know it's not perfectly shaped, and I did it kind of so you could see how easy this can be. You don't have to be perfect. I'm going to pop it into cure. Now this is the longer cure. In a UV, it will be the full 2 minutes. My combo light does like the 90-second cure where the first few seconds are a little bit more half power, which is a great bonus because you avoid heat spike that way as it cures. When this comes out of the lamp, cured, we're going to want to clean off that inhibition layer. You can use a cleanser that comes with the line of product you're using, or an alcohol. And I just soak a pad before it comes out, so I'm ready to wipe it off to do our filing. Scrub that sticky layer off, and then I'm actually going to hand file this for you so you can see how hard gel files like butter. I'm going to revisit my free edge, make sure my shape is really there. And you saw how bumpy I left that center. I just kind of plopped that stress zone right there and walked away and let it cure. Watch this. I'm with my same file I used to prep her natural nail, and it's a cushion file, so it's going to give us a little bit of leeway to give some pressure. I'm going down the sidewall, and you can see the hills and valleys that I left there for us completely disappearing. We're getting a really good bevel, and normally, yes, you can use your e-file on this, but notice you don't have to. You don't have to, and if you do, be aware that it files really, really quickly. It is softer, and you don't have to do as much work, so you might want to watch your grits with your bits. Huh, I rhymed. Okay, that's annoying. Anyway. Just coming down the edge, beveling it, and fine-tuning this. I'm checking it from the side to make sure I have a good shape down the side. And I've looked down the barrel too, just to make sure we have a nice bevel and thickness is consistent. I'm gonna wipe off some of that dust so we can see. See how pretty that pink is? It's a beautiful one to work with for overlays or with French. I truly love it, and it really helps gel polish color pop on top of it. I'm going to throw down a top coat. This is my manicure top coat. You could use Ultimate Finish from Young Nails. You could use Caption Conversion top coat from Young Nails. You could use the one you just swear by. Either way, I'm going to do it so you can see that shape of that nail, and then we will cure it. Okay. I'm going to cleanse her thumb so that the sticky layer is off. And you can take a look at how nice that is. It's nice and strong, all the way cured through. A little bit of oil to rub in, and we have a beautiful nail. Give this a shot. The 1-ball hard gel overlay is a great service. You can see that shape, thin, thicker, thinner. Same way down the barrel, nice thickness, nice and strong. It's a great, great option for giving strength to the natural nail, and you can do an extension, of course, as well. But this one was a fun one for today.